everyone. My presentation is Security Technologies Recommendation for a Local Hospital. First, let's begin from our summary. Sharing data with electronic medical record and so on has raised a new concern about data security and privacy problem. Digital medical data is facing risk of loose misusage or hike. So we bring together advanced data security technology, privacy and security policies to provide a systematic solution, focusing on some detailed techniques. Our recommendations are cutting-edge technologies that work well with chatting platforms, but they are also compatible with existing systems, so there are economic efficiency and sustainability. Let me introduce about me. So I have a bachelor degree in law and master degree in advertisement and marketing. And now I'm on the way to the certificate of big data analytics in Georgia College. I have more than 10 years experience with marketing management in telecom company. So my advantage is good understanding and communication clients' needs, and familiar with secure solution for institutions like hospital and school. So you can see from above, I have a comprehensive ability in technology, law, and marketing, so that I can provide an overall solution to you. Let's begin. First, the question is how can we transfer personal data securely? First, we can use SSL to protect our data transmission. SSL refer to secure sockets layer, and also TLS. They are protocols for establishing authenticated and encrypted links between computers. So first, so we can use SSL on HTTP. That's HTTPS. HTTPS can protect the user against man-in-the-middle attack. So also we need to use SPTF instead of PTF because SPTF encrypts the data before sending it to another host. Second, we need to avoid using email to transfer sensitive data because email use SMTP protocol. It sends data through several machines before ending the other email inbox, but it often performs no user authentication or data encryption. The third suggestion is using Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi when possible. Ethernet is connecting computer in a local air network. So it's more there is more secure than Wi-Fi because it only can be accessed by physically attacking. And next question is privacy policies about data. The first is the Privacy Act. It's a federal legislation applied direct to any federal body. The second one is the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act. This one is a Canadian federal legislation. It's more similar to Europe General Data Protection Regulation. It's a famous GDPR law. Third, we need to pay attention to healthcare privacy legislation in Canada's province because every province has a right to have its own rules. Not only is their own public section legislation, like Alberta, British Columbia, and Quebec, they have their own Information Protection Act. And also, the province can have healthcare privacy legislation if they are substantially similar to PAPEDA. So among all of them, we need to mention that pay attention to Ontario has two privacy and protection laws and also have healthcare privacy and protection law. It's Personal Health Information Protection Act. So as a local Ontario local hospital, we need to obey all these acts. Next question is security policy when transferring data. First, we need to restrict the access to data and applications to people who are authorized and have the need to perform their job with this data. Access restriction require user authentication. Multi-factor one would be a good recommendation. And second is implied data usage controls to detect and block risky data activities in a real time. So if you can classify and tag data, can support this control. Next question is, can we encode and encrypt images? Sure, we can. The common way is we can encode the image into base64. Although base64 is a relatively efficient way of encode, but it still increases the file size for more than 25% and decrease computer performance. So we can see from this picture, the left one is much smaller than the right one. Medical images can also be encoded and encrypted using different algorithms. All methods, the original image is embedded and encrypted, then sent to the receiver, as we can see that. An API gateway is an API management tool that sits between a client and collection of back-end service. It receives all the requests from different users through application. The duty of the gateway is to validate the user request before calling the actual endpoints with a special component called Identity Provider (IDP). So the user credentials are provided and security stored within this IDP, then used to generate and validate token. The main function of IDP is user management, key and token management, entitlement management, and last but not least, authentication is to identify who you are, and authorization to identify what you can do. These two functions, they are the main factors to secure API. So next, if the hospital has some end user application, very old one, so you need to build your API management layer to connect to ADP directly. Then also sometimes the backend service also needs some information about the user to validate the data access at that level. So API gateway can pass the basic authentication information to them. Next is I would recommend a secure framework that is ASP.NET Core. There are several very obvious advantages. First, it's a cross-platform web application that can support for various platforms like Windows, Micro, and Linux platforms, and also very convenient to write it with Visual Studio. Second, you only need the minimal coding. So also the maintenance is very easy. The last is the biggest advantage is using ASP.NET Core is the performance improvement it offers. Next one is about data interchange format we should use. Yes, we can use a choice of from JSON, XML, or RDP, but I would recommend JSON because it's easy for human to read and write, also easy for machine to pass and generate. JSON is a text format that completely language independent. So for the advantage I have mentioned, JSON already largely replacing XML. We can see that there is an example of JSON. It's very concise and human readable. Also, we can see patients record with JSON. Our next question is how should we store our data in different locations? First, we can use external storage device. But remember to make a copy of or encrypt all of them. And also we can use NAS. NAS is a storage system that allows multiple users and different devices to access and retrieve data from central storage capacity. It rests on the LAN as an independent network node and with an IP address. So it's a very good choice for hospital with branch in different locations. Third, we can use outsourcing storage or vendor solution because they can reduce a lot IT expenses, but it also rise risk in data security. Last, we also can use cloud computing. Cloud computing also is very ideal for healthcare information management. If we need a higher security level, we can use private cloud coupled with encryption protocols. The last one is the ethical concern about the personal data. First, when we collect the personal data, it must be fair and should not be excessive. Second is storage. Personal data should not be kept for longer than is necessary. Third one is usage. All data usage must under the consent of individual. We must respect wishes of individuals. Last one is protection. Organization like your hospital must provide security protection to personal data. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.